Howdy folks, I'm the roleplay gamer and I like to party. So No Man's Sky finally has a release date, the 23rd of June if you are unaware, and it's prompted me to really look into it and try and figure out what the shit it actually is. The information is out there, though it wasn't the easiest to find. I remember a few months ago, I think almost everyone was a little bit baffled and scratching their head as to, what you actually do in No Man's Sky. Now we have a little bit more information. So if you've been following No Man's Sky, fairly closely, you're probably not going to get anything new from this video. But for everyone else, the way I would describe it is perhaps Minecraft in space, but without the ability to build anything. Instead, everything is randomly generated. Or another way to put it, Elite Dangerous with a greater focus on the exploration gameplay, and you can't customize your ships. Instead, they're all randomly generated. You can upgrade your ships, but it's like little upgrade bars. It's like, well, let's upgrade the weapons, and it's just very linear, like put more points into it, that sort of thing. That's the impression I get. It is interesting that the ships are randomly generated. So there's almost this perverse kind of roguelike enjoyment in it of, you go to a station, it's like, oh, what configuration of ships do they have here? It's like, oh, wow, I've never seen that one before. That's cool. Is it better than what I got? Yes or no, this and that. It's almost kind of Binding of Isaac, like. Am I excited for it? Kind of, yeah. More than I was, previously. It's nice to actually know what you'll be doing in the game, but I still see it having, ultimately down the road having the same problems that Elite has now, in that people are starting to realize there's not a lot to do. I think the only way No Man's Sky would succeed where Elite has failed is that it's more focused. I think Elite sort of presented itself as this big open world and you can do whatever you want, and then people realized they kind of couldn't, whereas No Man's Sky is more, well, here's a set number of things that we're telling you can do, and here's a big old randomly generated open world for you to explore and do those set amount of things in that world. So I think it's just a matter of expectations. But I could also be talking shit, I'm not sure if there seems to be, quite a bit of hype surrounding No Man's Sky, certainly more than I would expect, if we classify it as a space sim, and I'm not necessarily sure if that's accurate, but let's say it is for a moment. So considering that hype, I kind of almost see it as a means for people who didn't think they were into space sims previously to get into space sims, almost like an easier starting point. Not to belittle No Man's Sky on its own as a product, but I think it could have real value in that regard to hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, contribute to the revival of the genre that we've already started to see over the past few years. One thing that I am disappointed with, though, and this may seem like, a small gripe, but for me, it really has some impact in the setting and in some ways the gameplay. When I found out that you could mine in No Man's Sky, I thought, fucking right, that's it, Give me a space sim, give me a fucking spaceship in space, and give me the ability to mine, and I am done. I will play that forever and ever and ever. But it looks like the mining is all done on foot on the planets using like a little ray gun type thing that they call the multi-tool or something like that. I suppose it's technically mining, but that's not mining to me. That's not mining to me. But we'll see how we go. Personally, I reckon it could make for some really interesting videos, and just being completely transparent here, that's probably my main motivation for suddenly being interested in the game. But we'll see how we go in 3 months, 1 week, 1 day, and 14 hours, according to Steam. Anyway, guys, tell me down in the comments below if you are excited for No Man's Sky, if you're interested in it at all. What are your thoughts in regards to referring to it as a space sim, I don't necessarily want to get into this big circle jerk of all the space sims versus each other, Star Citizen versus Elite versus No Man's Sky. I think they can all coexist. But do you think, just for the sake of playing devil's advocate here, do you think No Man's Sky is like an Elite Dangerous killer, for example? I don't think it is. But there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to gently caress that like button. It needs love like everything does. Taste the game, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time. Roleplay Gamer, out.